I'm going to start this review of my Leatherman MUT with a small apology because I did promise this to everybody going back about 6 months now and just never got round to doing it. Just, life gets in the way sometimes. But I'm going to try and do 2 reviews today that I'll release in quick succession. The first one being the Leatherman MUT, and then the second one being a new product that I've received from Kydex Customs, which actually ties in quite nicely with the Leatherman MUT, but more about that later. So the Leatherman MUT, what is it? It's a military utility tool. That's what MUT stands for, and this is the version that does not include the tools for explosives experts. What does the tool do? It is a dedicated platform for dealing with firearms, which is probably of interest to quite a few of you if you're following my channel. It's got 16 tools in one, which includes storage for bits in the handles. We'll have a closer look at that in a moment. Removable pocket clip here. One hand operable features. So you can see here with the tool closed, you can very quickly deploy blades on the tool. And other items. It's got a front sight adjustment tool, which I've searched high and low for and I cannot find. The front sight adjustment tool is for iron sights on AR type platforms. I don't shoot any of those types of rifles, so yeah, I've mislaid the front sight adjustment tool. I'm sure if I looked a bit harder I could find it, so apologies for that. It comes supplied with a nylon sheath. Mine's had a good 5-6 years worth of use now, so it is showing a few signs of wear. But it's been a great sheath, served me very well. And then it does have interchangeable bits, and I'll get a bit more into that in a moment, but you'll be able to see here that I've got one bit set there, and of the bits that I use more often, which I keep with on the sheath, another set of bits there. Okay, it's just over 11 ounces, 317 grams. Closed, it's about 5 inches. Open, it's getting on for 8 inches, and with a 3-inch blade there. Okay, so let's get into the features in a bit more detail, and let's start on the inside of the tool. You can see here that there's a little fastener. You can actually remove this, but if you just clip that up, that releases the tool. Open it up and you will see the one hand operable pliers on the inside of the tool. So what do we have here? We have needle nose pliers, regular pliers, we have replaceable wire cutters, both for stranded wire and hard wire cutting, and also an electrical crimper just at the bottom there. And that's pretty much it for the inside of the tool, other than you'll be able to see once the tool's opened that you have the section here for the bits to go in. I've actually got a little Torx bit in there at the moment, which I use for zeroing my scopes on my rifles. So that one is usually in the position there. But like I say, I've got a full selection of other types of bits here. I'll just get a close-up of all the different types. All various sizes. And again, another set here of different bits. You can see there's also a small screwdriver set in there as well. These bits were additional, additionally purchased, along with this little pouch to put them in, and I also purchased a little bit extender as well. So what the Leatherman actually comes supplied with, if I just close the tool, you'll be able to see on the outside here, contained within the handle, if I just push this button out of the way, you can see here I've got one set of tools, so 764 Allen type key, and then T15 Torx. Turn the Leatherman over, push the button through again, just give that a little tap. This one's a little bit more awkward to get into. You can see here we've got a Phillips number 2 and flathead 1/4 screwdriver set there. And as I say, they are completely interchangeable. Popping them in here, and you've got your option to use the tool as a screwdriver. Like I say, if you're using some of the smaller bits, you can also use this extender. Just push that in there, and then that extends out all of your smaller bits as well, if you just need a bit of extra reach on the tool. Okay, continuing on the outside of the tool, you've got a little section here which acts as a small hammer. I wouldn't use it for any heavy duty work, but that's a little hammer there. Also, if you're running semi-auto rifles, you've got a bolt release tool there, so you can pull that in at the front of the bolt and pull the bolt to the rear. Tripping over my words. Removable pocket clip, so if you just want the Leatherman to be a little bit more low profile, you can remove that pocket clip. You've got here a carabiner, so you can clip the Leatherman onto a pack, so it's easily accessible. And this also acts as a bottle opener. You have a cutter, V-shaped cutter here. This is replaceable. Quite a lot of the tools on the Leatherman are replaceable. I don't use this very often, but handy to have if you're opening a lot of boxes all the time. Then we have the main blade, which is 420 HC blade. It's got a straight edge here, and then it's got a serrated edge at the back side there. Use this for all sorts of tasks, including gutting and cleaning rabbits out in the field. Very easy to sharpen, doesn't rust. And then on the other side, you've got a saw. This is great for sawing through wood. If you need some small branches removing from a shooting lane perhaps, or just to clear some brush away from in front of a target if you're setting up in the field. This has come in quite handy for me on those occasions. You've also got here, because like I say, this is specifically aimed at people that are using rifles, firearms. You've got a brass rod here, which is used for scraping carbon off an action or a bolt face. And this will also help, and I use this a lot. This is probably my most used tool on the rifle. If you get a case, a 2.2 case or something else with a rim stuck inside an action, stuck inside your chamber, you can use this just to gently prise out the case. With my Bergara B14R, which has a match chamber, I find that live rounds won't extract all the time, especially in cold weather. Depends on the type of round as well, because with it being a match chamber, it's pushing the round into the lands in your barrel. And this is very, very handy just for nicking that rifle, that case out, catching the rim of the cartridge there. So I use that a hell of a lot, as well as for cleaning. It also has a replaceable rod. Again, these parts are all replaceable. Replaceable rod punch there. And if you wanted to attach a cleaning rod or something, you can actually screw it in here and use the tool as a handle when cleaning. Little section on the back here which comes in occasionally handy if you want to swap bits over and you don't want to put them down, you can pop a bit in the back there, and that'll keep hold of it while you're exchanging bits. So yeah, I think I've covered off all of the features. This is just a really handy tool to have out in the field, and the configuration that I carry it in my sheath is, like I say, I've got a set of all my favourite bits. They just slide into a little pocket here. The Leatherman itself fits in to the sheath, and then on these elasticated sections on the back here, I keep a little torch, and then on the other side, just got a little ferrocerium rod. This knife, when I'm out camping on a night, is always on my hip, so I find it quite handy to have a little ferrocerium rod for getting the fires going, just a spark, a reliable spark for getting the gas stove going. So yeah, that's my Leatherman MUT. Now, if you watch my next video where I'm going to be reviewing another product, and I'll give you a little hint about what that is, you'll see that amongst other accessories in the next review, I've got this Kydex pouch from Kydex Customs here in the UK, and that has been designed specifically to take a Leatherman MUT, and then you can use it using the molly attachment on the back here, attach this to any pack, belt and so on, and this is fully adjustable to make sure that you get a good tight retention. So yeah, I'll be doing a review of that along with some other items on the next video, so please stay tuned.